From desert sands to frozen wastes, we'll navigate the dangers. We'll face the test with lasers blazing and grenades in hand. We'll fight for justice across the land, calling down reinforcements with a single call. Our enemies tremble as they see us fall, but we rise again, stronger than before. For freedom's sake, we'll settle the score.
You testosterone-infused engines of hyperdeath? That was Helldivers Unite by Rising Rhythm, who doesn't upload quite as often as I would like, but when he does, he always brings amazing stuff. My audiophile kitten ears would just prefer to hear a little more of it. Seriously, he has only like 20 items on his channel. I get quality over quantity, but I need more. So, before I get into anything else, the low sodi on the Helldivers Discord board has had a migration recently due to some stuff involving background and codes and permissions and yada yada. The original 1.0 Discord board will be discontinued after a few weeks and then will be cut loose into the digital ether of the GWW, so if there's anything you need from there, be sure to grab it before it's gone. The new 2.0 server is already up and running with all the channels moved over, everything except messages, which includes my broadcast archives. Fortunately for my lovely viewers, I keep all of that backed up on YouTube, so nothing was really lost. I'll just get to start again with the first news channel here. The link to the new and proper Discord board is available publicly on the Reddit page, and the link that I have provided, both of which are listed in the description below. Though, do bear in mind, this is a haven for those who enjoy the game, love the community, and want to be here. So, be good to each other in there, alright? Now here's something interesting, dear viewers. I was recently approached by a Chaos Diver who wished to remain anonymous, and had me interview him so that he can show everyone that not every Chaos Diver is a hidden psychopath just waiting for their chance to snap into your spine like a Slim Jim and wreck your mission. The exact details of how we're going to go about doing all this is still being decided, as my low-budget equipment is simply not up to par for live peer-to-peer voice call transmission. But Angel, I hear you ask, how is that even possible? You broadcast each and every night, and you sound mostly fine. That's because I do a significant amount of cleanup work, and am very gifted with my editing program. Because without all that cleanup work, the raw input from my crappy 15 super credit microphone that requires a rubber band to stay properly plugged in
sounds like this. This is what I was first working with when I started the show, and it was just as disheartening as you would think. Do you want to hear this nonsense? Because I don't want to hear this nonsense. This is not something that should be inflicted on human ears, much less honest or even Terminids for that matter.
However, you run it through some of my own custom filters, be patient enough to deal with the cutouts and all the takes that requires, and apply a radio filter that I crafted myself, and boom, audible treat. So that answers the question of why and how I do what I do, and the continuing technical difficulties that I still face. And no, I'm not going to teach you exactly how I go about doing what I do, because that is a state-certified secret. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to use your own brain meats if you want to give me some competition. Now, as much as I do dislike giving these Chaos Divers the time of day, and see it as pointless because the Ministry of Truth, or perhaps the Liberation Fleet, is going to catch up to these guys eventually, it appears that they had themselves a little radio show. They call it Radio Free Galaxy, hosted by the aptly named Radical. Indeed. Well, Mr. Radical, you're going to find out the same thing that the automatons of Truth did. I don't share the airwaves, and Super Earth tends to play rough, so you better bring your A game, because I'm not going to hold back either. Now, dear viewers, you might expect me to say, don't listen to this dissident garbage or something similar. But I'm actually going to encourage you to do the exact opposite. tune in to Radio Free Galaxy every time that there's a new broadcast up. You might be asking, why in the Cinnamon Toast Flux Capacitor should we do that? Our rebellious enemy is telling you exactly where he's going to be and what he will be doing. Isn't that nice of him? That is just so nice. You should go pay them a visit. Oh, yes, one other thing before I get into the proper news. Radical offered me a position within the Chaos Diver organization, claiming that we both fight for a righteous cause, one broadcast at a time. I'd really appreciate it if he didn't spread rumors like that around. I'm a democracy officer, and my loyalty to Super Earth is beyond reproach. It might be devastatingly obvious, but it'll be a cold day in Hellmire before I hang my divers out to dry, and you can take that to the Superbank. Now, let's get into deciphered Chaos Diver plans. It appears that they are aware of our camping trip on Estanu, Esker, and Pandion-XXIV, so they're actively trying to avoid those planets while still operating within the TQZ and dodging Bile Titans at the same time, because that would help our kill count out. Their plan is to split into two teams. One is meant to distract us, loud and proud in their words, while the other sneaks into rogue transmission stations to upload various malware to Super Earth's mainframe meant to annoy us. So if you encounter some Chaos Divers who are perhaps a little too obvious, ignore them and look around for the jerks that are plotting the real damage. Of course, you can also destroy as many of those illegal broadcast centers as possible. That'll also slow them down. Thanks for the tip, Radical. I owe you one, you fun-loving little rascal, you. Counterintelligence operations aside, it appears that we might be slowly turning our situation within the TQZ around. Pandion-XXIV is slowly recovering from its failed defense, even in the face of overwhelming Terminid resistance, but Tarsh is the exact opposite, and the divers and regulars there are in danger of being pushed completely out of the system. This will leave the way open to Choohe and Hellmire, which is entirely too close to Super Earth for comfort. We are really going to have to do something about that. I do not like them there. That's been Liberty's latest with me, ponderatheradioangel. A lot of news tonight, and only a scarce amount of it relating to our alien enemies, which does make my heart ache just a little bit. We were all supposed to be on the same side, and I really hate having to resort to this, but I am a democracy officer, and we can't be expected to win this war while dealing with traitors, dissidents, rebels, and terrorists trying to mess with us the moment our back is turned. We'll handle this problem just like we always have. One objective at a time, one mission at a time, one operation at a time. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.